the latitude, altitudes, winds, ocean currents, those are impacting the variation in temperature on the Earth's surface. How they affect the temperature on the Earth's surface. Now today we'll be discussing first the slope, and then slope temperature inversion we will discuss. There we are discussing the mountains, so we will discuss the sheltered side and the sunny side of the mountain, and we will discuss the temperature inversion. So first the slope. So slope, either the slope will be very steep or it can be gentle slope. Okay, it can be very steep or it can be gentle. Now see here, as on the steep slope, the variation of temperature will be more. The variation of temperature will be more as compared to the gentle slope. Okay. So as we move on the steep slope, variation in temperature will be more as compared to the gentle slope. This is clear. Now the shelter. So from whom they're getting the shelter? It is from the sun. Okay, see here, mainly in the northern hemisphere, if you are discussing the northern hemisphere, so the mountains which are aligned from east to west, Okay, so in the northern hemisphere, the mountains which are aligned from east to west. That is, for example, Alps mountains are there, or the Himalayas, little bit Himalayas we can take as well. Now see, Alps mountain, if you see, the sun, we have already discussed that it traces path between the tropics. It traces path between the tropics. So mainly, most of the sun is concentrated on the south part. So, for example, if this is a mountain and sun, this is the south slope, this is the north slope. Okay. Now, most of the heat, sun rays, they'll be concentrated on the south slope. On the south slope. So south slopes of the mountain, they are facing the sun, whereas the north slope, they are sheltered. They are sheltered from the sun. No direct light is reaching the north slope. So what happens? More sunlight is here. That means these south slopes of the mountains, they are more. Therefore, these south slopes, we can more vegetative cover will be there on the south slope as compared to the north slope. So most of the vine cultivation is done on the south slope, and more the vine cultivation, more the cultivation on this side, the more farming on this side. So the settlements as well are on the south slope as compared to the north slope. So most of the settlements, they are on the south slope. So the mountains which are east to west aligned, on those mountains, most of the settlements, most of the wine cultivation, most of the orchards cultivation, most of the farming is done on the south slope. Okay, as well the settlements, they are on the south slope because sunlight is reaching the south slope, whereas north slope there is no sunlight. It is mainly hidden from the sun, so it is sheltered from the sun. This is the sheltered side, this is the sunny side. This is the shaded side, this is the sunny side. This is clear. So mainly in the northern hemisphere, most the mountains which are east to west aligned, east to west alignment is there. So on those mountains, the slopes which are south facing, they are more sunny. More sunlight is reaching on the south slope as compared to the north slope. Therefore, most of the vine cultivation is done on the south slope. And most of the settlements, that is, people living here are on the south slope as compared to the north slope. Okay, this is clear. Now the temperature inversion, how the temperature inversion take place. So till now we have discussed, since atmosphere get heated from the earth surface. So as we increase in altitude, as we move up in the sky, up in the atmosphere, the temperature decreases. Temperature decreases. Now if reversal of it take place, that is when the temperature increases. When the temperature increases, that is called, it is reversal of the normal lapse rate. That is reversal of the environmental lapse rate. Then we call it as temperature inversion. And how it happens? So for example, after a hot day at night, and night is cloudless, calm night. Cloudless means no clouds are there, and calm means the air is not flowing. Air is very calm. So what happens at night? The high slopes on the highlands, high slopes, the uh, the land get cooled. At night, the land get cooled, and the air near it, air which is touching the ground, which is near the ground, it get cooled as well. Okay. Now, as it gets cooled, what will happen? It will flow downward. It flow downward and it accumulates in the valley. This cold air accumulates in the valley. Now, earlier whatever was here, it is being pushed up. The cold air pushes the warm air up. And here we have the warm air. This air, cold air, is pushed, is flowing towards the base, that is towards the valley, and it pushes the warm air up. So warm air is pushed up, whereas the cold air, it accumulates at the valley. Okay, it is more dense, so it get accumulates for many days. It stays there for many days, and on top of it is warm air. Now you can see the temperature is increasing as we go from the ground surface in the atmosphere. Temperature is increasing. So what has happened here? Temperature inversion has taken place. Reversal of the normal. That is what is normal. That is temperature must decrease with height. With increase in height, temperature must decrease. This is our normal phenomena. But here what is happening? Temperature is increasing as the height increases. Therefore, this is reversal of the normal phenomena. That is why it is called as temperature inversion. This is clear, temperature inversion. Now, see here. So here, cold air will stay for many days. That's why cultivation is not done in valleys, nor the settlements are there in valleys. So neither the cultivation nor the settlements are there in valleys. Mostly people live in on the slopes, on the highlands they live, and as well cultivation, farming is being done on the slopes, not in the valleys. Because here the cultivation can be harmed by the frostbites. That is, by the cold air, very cold air it is. So frostbite may happen, and that can damage the farm, damage the crops. That's why most of the orchards cultivation, most of the wine cultivation, that is being done on the slopes. And settlements as well, they are on the slopes. This is clear. Now, natural vegetation and soil. So natural vegetation, for example, we consider forests and open area. So a part of the land that is covered by forest, that is plants are there, vegetation is there, and the area which is open area. Open area, that is no plants, sorry, no plants, no vegetation is there. So what happens to the temperature? See here, like if I take the example of Amazon forest, it is very dense forest. It has the most of the foliage cover is there. Now, because of that, green cover will be there. Now, as the light reaches the forest, so here we have the most of the trees. So as the sunlight reaches those trees or the top cover, the foliage cover, now it is reflected back or either absorbed by these plants. Now, this light rarely reaches the ground. So ground doesn't get heated. This light rarely reaches the ground. The ground doesn't get heated much, and that's why we have very less rise in temperature here. And what happens more? Plants are there, trees are there. So evapotranspiration as well take place. They transpire water vapor, and evaporation and transpiration also take place here. So evapotranspiration we used to call the word. And because of that, water vapor will be there. It absorbs the heat, or we can see the foggy conditions here. So there is very less variation of temperature here in the in forest. Whereas in open area, the ground is open to the sun rays. So ground get heated, there is more rise in temperature here as compared to the forest area. This is how the vegetation affects the variation on temperature. Okay, now we consider the soil. In soil, if I consider the texture, that is the color and the moisture content. Okay, the soil which is light in color. Soil which is light in color, that will reflect most of the sun rays. Most of the heat, soil is light in color. It will reflect most of the heat, whereas soil which is dark in color, it will absorb most of the heat. So here as well we can see, due to the color of the soil, that is texture of the soil, there is variation in temperature. As well, the soil which retain moisture, which is more moist, and which is dry soil. So the soil which is dry, here as well we can see the variation in temperature is more. Whereas the moist soil, it slowly gets heated, it cools slowly. So here we can take this clay and here sand. So sand, it gets heated very fast because it's dry soil. It gets heated very fast, it cools very fast. Therefore, the variation of temperature will be more. That is diurnal, that is during the day and night, or the annual temperature. That is, any month we take average of any two, like July and January we take. Annual variation in temperature as well will be more with the sand. But clay, since it retains water, it is moist soil, it contains water, it absorbs water, it is having moisture. Therefore, this soil will get heated very slowly, as well it loses heat very slowly, cools very slowly. This is clear? So with this, we complete the chapter. Any doubt you have, you can ask. Any doubt? Okay, local winds we'll discuss in next chapter. Local winds are given that Point, Sirocco, Lu, Bora, Mistral, those all winds we'll discuss in next chapter when we discuss the wind system. Okay. Here we have discussed that winds as well affect. So little bit example I give you about the winds, and in this chapter in more in details we'll discuss. So for example, the earth we have here around the 30 degrees, we have high pressure bed. Here we have 60 degrees, low pressure bed. We have the high pressure polar higher. Here we have the low pressure. Now see here, most of the Europe, it lies in the temperate region. Now the winds in this belt, they are flowing like this. These are called westerlies wind. Now during winter, what happens? They are warm winds. They carry moisture from the ocean, and because of that, temperature here is moderate as compared to these regions, east margin of the America. Because of these winds, the temperature here is moderate. And during summer, summers are not much hot because of the winds westerlies coming over from the oceans. Okay, this more detail we'll discuss in next chapter. Okay. So winds do affect, they modify the temperature. Okay. Like land breeze and sea breeze we have discussed, they are nothing but winds carrying the moisture from the sea, land, that are their dry winds. Okay. Any doubts you have?
No, sir.
Any doubts? Okay. One correction you make. Okay. Page number 106. Winds are given. Onshore, offshore winds also. Okay. See here the last paragraph. Beside these, we have local winds. Local winds means they are concentrated over a local area or a small area. Okay. Like Lu is there, Indo-Gangetic plains they are. Okay. Point Mistral, they are in France. Okay. Slopes of the Alps mountain. On the border of Italy. So make correction. Sirocco is given. Write Sirocco. O, cut the first O, write I. Sirocco. Sirocco. And Fan is given FOHN. It is FOHN as well, FOEHN. FOHN. In some book you will get it FOEHN. Both are right. It is Fan. O is silent here. It's page number 106. Page number 106. In winds. Winds, second paragraph is given. Beside these, we have local winds like the Bora, Mistral, and those all. Fan. Then Sirocco. Sirocco is given. Sirocco is no wind. It's some corporation.
So you write as a code.
SIROCCO. So make correction here. SI. Okay, is Sirocco. Okay, now we can discuss the question answers. Okay, so first question, what is insolation? State its importance. What is insolation? Insolation, the incoming solar radiation which are intercepted by the earth or which are reaching the earth. That is called insolation. State its importance. What is the importance of insolation? Anyone in class? So most of the energy we are getting from the sun, that is insolation. And how it's important?
Sir, because insolation will be not there, then there will be no life possible on the earth.
No life. So life support, insolation supports the life. Okay. If no insolation, earth would be very cold. Okay. Insolation affects the temperature. It makes the life possible, it supports the life. And see here, most of the planetary processes, it is because of insolation. Okay. Because of most of the planetary processes, like the wind system, it's one planetary process, like the formation of mountains, then the what we call erosion of the mountains, denudation and those all. It is because of planetary process. All are being due to insolation. So Earth is divided into heat zones based on this insolation only. Most of the heat concentrated between the tropics. As we move towards the pole, the insolation decreases. So heat zone are created. Three heat zones we have discussed: tropical torrid zone, then the temperate zone, then the frigid zone. So how does insolation? It makes life possible, supports planetary processes. Earth is divided into heat zones based on insolation. And because of insolation, it changes as well as regulates the weather. How much insolation is reaching the earth, it regulates the weather and the climate, formation of the climates, responsible for the seasons. Okay, those 4 points you can write. State the 3 processes by which the air gets heated. Explain in brief, that you can do yourself. 3 processes we have discussed: radiation, convection, and what was the third? Conduction. So all 3, yes, radiation, conduction, convection, you can write in brief. State the various factors influence the temperature of a place. That you can write. They are given. The altitude, latitude, and those all points you can write. Only state you have to do. Why does only 51% of the insolation reach the Earth's surface? So what happens to the 49% of the insolation? So some is reflected, some is absorbed by the atmosphere. So because remaining is reflected back into the space by atmosphere and Earth surface. It is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is the effect of latitude on temperature? What is the effect of latitude on temperature?
Sir, the
Tell me,
places
right?
which are near the equator, they have higher
So,
and
okay, so in low latitudes, high temperature. As we move towards higher latitudes, low temperature. Okay, so I again tell you this one. This is very important thing. Okay, if I take 2 band of sun rays, that is 2 band of insolation. One is this and other band. This is one band, R1, IR2. Okay, these are the 2 bands of insolation. Okay, they are of same size. Okay, now you can see here. Here they are concentrated over a small area. Both are of same size. So here this band has to travel less extent, short distance it has to travel in the atmosphere. So less absorption, less reflection, less scattering. So most of the heat is concentrated over a small area. What happens here? See here. It got distributed over large area. This band, second band, got distributed over large area. As well, it has to travel more distance in the atmosphere. So more reflection, more absorption, more scattering. So less heat reaches the Earth's surface. And that less heat reaching, that was as well is distributed over large area. So net energy per unit area is less in higher latitudes as compared to the low latitudes. This is clear. This is very important. It's clear?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, now the next one.
Yes, sir.
What causes the differential heating of the land and water? What causes the differential heating of the land and water? It means we have to compare water and heat, water and land. Their heat capacities are different. We have water, we have land. Okay. So their heat capacities are different. That is, if we give the same amount of heat to water as well as land, if we give the same amount of heat to water as well as land, rising temperature on the sea in the sea will be less as compared to land. It means for the same amount of heat, temperature rises more on land as compared to water, as compared to sea. Have you got this one? So heat capacity of which one is more? Sea. Sea is more. Because it needed more heat to rise by the same temperature as that of the land. Sea requires more heat, more energy to rise by the same temperature as compared to the land. This is clear. So what happens? See, first is the specific heat capacity different. Land sea is having more heat capacity, specific heat as compared to the land. And second, sun rays. They can penetrate more into this water. Water is being transparent medium, so sun rays they can penetrate more into the water. At more depth, they will go. So the heating will be more like heating will get distributed in water. Heating get distributed in water, and as well, since water is mobile moment, it's the fluid. So there are convection current, heat get distributed. Okay. Whereas what happens on the land? It is opaque. Land is opaque. So most of the heat is concentrated only to the surface. So this whole heat is only the surface. Further, if we go deep down, it will be very cool layers. So here only the surface is heated. So rising temperature will be more as compared to the sea. Is this clear? So that's why sea get heated slowly as compared to land. As well, it loses heat very slowly as compared to land. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So see, it is written in book like this. Just listen it. The rate of heating differs between land and water surfaces. Land gets heated up much more quickly than the water. Because water is transparent, heat is absorbed more slowly. And because it is always in motion, its absorbed heat is distributed over greater depth and area. Thus, any appreciable rise in temperature takes a much longer time. Okay. Now, if we discuss the land. On the other hand, the opaque nature of the land allows greater absorption, but all the radiant heat is concentrated at the surface. And the temperature rises rapidly. Because of these differences between land and water surface, land also cools more quickly than water. Okay, this is clear. Now you can write this question in your own words. Yes.
Sir, can you tell where the answer is of this question?
Okay, it's not in this book. In book, it is not written much here. In our book, it is not written much. Okay. So mainly it is due to specific heat capacity of the difference of the specific heat. Secondly, this is a transparent medium, so heat reaches more depth, and the heat is distributed over large surface, large volume and area. Whereas here heat is concentrated only on the surface. So here more water is to be heated by the same amount of it, whereas only the surface is heated here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, seventh one, what is inversion of temperature? Under what condition does it apply? This we have discussed. What is inversion of temperature? The reversal of the normal lapse rate, that is environmental lapse rate. See here, this normal lapse rate, it varies from place to place. It varies from place to place. Mainly it is called environmental lapse rate. That is, at one place, environmental lapse rate is different from the other place. And if we take all the average, that is called as normal lapse rate. Okay, it varies. It varies from place to place. It varies from day to day. From annually, it varies. Its variation are there depending on the insolation. Okay. Now, under what condition does it apply? So, under what condition? There will be cold winter nights. Mostly, it happens in the cold winter nights. On cold winter nights, and air must be calm. There must be very less air movement. So, you can write long winter nights, cloudless and clear sky. Clear sky must be there, or else heat will be concentrated and the ground won't be losing much heat if cloud is there. Okay, cloudless and clear sky, dry air near the ground. Slow movement of air, that is, air must be calm. Okay, and snow-covered grounds, that can also be there. Snow-covered grounds, if see here, mountains here, snow is covered, that means the air just touching it will be very cold and flows into the valley. Okay, those all conditions you can write. Which zone will have higher range of temperature? Why? Which zone? 3 zones we have discussed. Tropical torrid zone. Second one, temperate. Third is the frigid zone. So which zone will have the most of the insolation? Temperature variation. High range of temperature variation. That is the tropical and the torrid zone, or the tropical zone, or the torrid zone. Okay. This is the high range of temperature. Why? Because most of the heat are concentrated in the tropical zone. So during the day, most of the heat is concentrated. At night, it is hidden. So low temperature. So the variation is high. So because sun rays fall vertically and have to travel less distance, that is short distance into the atmosphere. So during the day, most of the heat is concentrated there, and at night, it's hidden from the sun, so by low temperature. So variation temperature is large. Okay, now next one. Why are the slanting rays less effective than the vertical rays in heating the atmosphere? Slanting rays less effective, that we already discussed. Slanting rays as compared to the vertical rays. Why are they less effective in heating the surface? So see here, you can write the area covered by the vertical rays is always less than the slanting rays. The area covered on the Earth's surface is always less. The area covered by the vertical rays is always less as compared to the slanting rays. This we have discussed. Thus, more the area. Slanting rays, we have the more the areas. So heat get distributed over large area. Heat get distributed over large area. Therefore, net energy available per unit area will be less. Okay. This is one region. The other region, vertical rays, they have to travel less distance in atmosphere. Therefore, less scattering, less absorption, less reflection, and more heat is concentrated on the land. Whereas slanting rays, they have to travel more distance. Therefore, more scattering, more reflection, more absorption by the atmosphere, less heat reaches the ground surface. Those 2 points you can write. Okay. Okay. How do winds modify the temperature of a place? That you can write. Or this question you can leave for time being as well. You can write whatever is there. More in detail, we discuss it in next chapter. How the westerlies affect, and those all we can discuss. How the wind system affect. Okay. Here for time being, you can write the sea breeze and the land breeze. Those all onshore, offshore winds you can write, or the continental winds that they are coming from the middle of the continents. Cold winds, those all you can write for the time being. Okay. What does normal lapse rate mean? That you can write normal lapse rate. Decrease in temperature as height increases. That you can write. Okay, explain with the help of a diagram how the slope of the land affects the temperature. Slope of the land we have already discussed. If it is very steep or very gentle slope. Here the temperature variation will be large. Here the temperature variation will be less. So more the more steep the slope is, more variation is more variation in the temperature. More gentle the slope is, less variation in the temperature. That well you can write, you can draw the diagrams as well. Okay. Why do the temperature of a place in the ground in the atmosphere decreases with height? Why does the temperature of a place in the atmosphere decreases with height? Again, two reasons are there. First reason, what are the reasons? Anyone in class? How the atmosphere get heated? Most of the atmosphere get heated by the ground. That is long wave radiation of the ground. So they are getting heated from the ground. That's why as we move up in the atmosphere, temperature decreases. Second reason, most of the air near the surface, it is more dense as we go up in the atmosphere. Density decreases. That is, pressure decreases as you go up in the air. The pressure decreases, therefore, the air lying near the surface, that is more dense. Therefore, density decreases, pressure decreases as we go up. Therefore, the density as well decreases as we go up. Less the density, less the heat absorbed. Because more density molecules are more close. They absorb more heat. Less density, more rarefied the atmosphere becomes. So, less heat is being absorbed by those molecules. Therefore, temperature decreases. These are the two reasons. Okay. So, you can write air expands as its pressure decreases. Air expands as its pressure decreases, absorbs less heat. That is, it will have low thermal conductivity. It will absorb less heat. Troposphere gases, and this ये तो पहला first reason हो गया. The second reason, troposphere gases absorbs very little of insolation. That we have discussed. Troposphere absorbs very little of insolation, because insolation consists of short wave radiation that is not being absorbed by the atmosphere gases. Okay, it absorbs very little of the insolation. Is instead, ground absorbs this radiation. This insolation is being absorbed by the ground. Now the ground radiates back, and this hits the atmosphere. Therefore, ground is heating the atmosphere. So the layers of air lying near the ground surface, they will have more temperature as compared to the layers lying above it. Okay, you can write that those all. Now, what causes equable climate? Equable. What do you mean by equable climate? That is very less variation in the temperature. Diurnal and annual variation in temperature is very less. Range of variation in temperature is very less. Equable, mostly the temperature remains nearly equal. So it happens mainly near the sea, the coastal areas. More far away from the water bodies, more continental type of climate will be there. What do you mean by continental type of climate? That is extreme variation in temperature. Range of temperature is very high. Diurnal as well, annual temperature range. Okay, so equable climate mainly due to influence of the sea. Sea moderates the climate there. Okay. What causes the influence of the sea causes equable climate. Since water get heated very slowly, as well cools down very slowly. Therefore, there is not much variation in temperature during day and night and during the year, during the summer and winter. Therefore, places near the sea, they will have equable climate, not much variation in temperature. Okay. State the reason for the differential heating of the land and water. This you are discussed in sixth question. Okay, it is repetition of sixth question only. Okay, question answers are clear. Explain the following terms you can do on your own. Okay. Explain the following you can do your own.
Yes, sir.
Distinguish as well.
Sir.
Yes. Yes. Any doubt?
Sir, time.
Time 2 minutes more.
Sir, can we skip this question?
Which one?
The 16th, because it is same.
It is same as this, so you have to skip. No need of repeating again. Okay, explain the following terms. You can do distinguish between the following. You can do insolation and terrestrial radiation. Insolation from the sun, terrestrial radiation from the ground, short wave radiation, long wave radiation. Those all you can do. Atmosphere not get heating from the insolation, rather than it get mostly heated by the terrestrial radiation. Convection radiation you can do. Okay, give reasons for the following. land get heated faster than the sea. This we already discussed. Because specific heat of water is more as compared to the land, or specific heat capacity of land is less as compared to the water. Those all we have discussed in fifth. That is the answer for this as well. Okay. The climate of continental interiors is comparatively of extreme type. Okay. Is of extreme type. This is because of it is away from the sea. So moderating effect of the sea won't be reaching here. So you can write they are away from the sea, so they cannot experience the moderating effect of the water bodies. As well, it is land, continental type, far away from the land. Land they get heated more faster and cools very fast. Therefore, there will be variation in temperature will be very large. Those all you can write. Coastal climates are equable. This we have already discussed. Moderating effects of the sea. Seawater get cooled as well, heated very slowly. So there is a very less variation in temperature. South-facing slopes are much warmer than the north-facing slopes in the northern hemisphere. This we have discussed. In the northern hemisphere, the south slopes, they face the sun side. They are the sunny side, whereas the north slope, they do not face the sun. They are in the shaded portion. They are the sheltered. They are the sheltered slopes. Okay. So south-facing slopes are more open to sunlight and warm winds. South-facing slopes, they are more open to the sunlight. Okay. So you can do it your.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, do you have any information about Diwali holidays?
Okay, see here. Okay, these two chapters you prepare well, they will be for oral. Whatever we have completed is for the oral. Okay. If we complete more, if we complete like the 13th chapter is there, if we complete even a little of that, that will be in syllabus. Okay. And one more thing, today I'll be uploading the physics lab manual work. Only the readings are you have to write. You have done most of the writing work, so you can just put the readings there. And secondly, in holidays you can do your project work as well.
From when starting?
I don't have idea at present when the holidays are going to start. So if we complete more, see, a 13th chapter is very, very important chapter. Okay. This, for example, I can give you one example. If your home is facing south facing, if your home is south facing, you are getting most of the sunlight. Now check today whether your home is facing south or not. South, southeast, little less. So if your home is south facing, you will be having most of the sunlight these days. Okay. More will 13th chapter is very important as well, very interesting as well. So in next lecture we will start 13th chapter. Okay. Anything you want to ask?
Thank you, sir.
Sir, third.
Third, what?
Give reason.
Third, give reason. Coastal lines are equable. Coastal climates are equable. This we have discussed. 15th question.
Thank you.
What causes equable climate? That is influence of the sea. They are closer to the sea. Equable climate means equable means there is very less variation in the temperature. That is diurnal, that is during day and night, and as well the annual range of temperature is very less. So near the sea they are, and sea water gets heated very slowly as well. It got cooled very slowly. Therefore, there is very less variation on the sea in temperature. That's why the areas which are lying near the water bodies, which are lying near the sea, they have equable climate because of the moderating impact of the water bodies. Okay. So study well. In geography, there is nothing to mug up. Why, how, what is happening, that all you know. Okay, then I stop the class here. Do your project work in holidays. The pages should be lines on one side, blank on the other side.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.